The United States is hitting Russia with new sanctions today. The sanctions come after a defiant Russian President Vladimir Putin declared a significant chunk of Ukraine as part of Russia.
KTLA 5's Courtney Friel is live in the newsroom with the latest developments. Courtney?
Hi, guys. All of that news that you just mentioned comes as we've learned 25 Ukrainians were killed by Russian forces today in the southeastern part of the country, to which President Vladimir Zelensky is calling the attackers downright terrorists. But the big development is Russian President Vladimir Putin announcing he is annexing nearly a fifth of Ukraine, meaning he wants to turn millions of Ukrainians into Russian citizens, quote, forever, and recognize the regions as Russian territory. Today, he put on a concert and an elaborate signing ceremony in Moscow's Red Square to celebrate this move, which, by the way, is in blatant violation of international law. Putin is doing this after holding those sham elections in parts of Ukraine where some citizens were forced to vote at gunpoint. In response, President Zelensky has pledged to fight until all of his country's territory is reclaimed, and Western allies have promised to send additional weapons and financial aid to support Kyiv. Zelensky has also formally applied Ukraine to be in NATO, though all NATO members would have to reach a consensus for the country to join. Meantime, Western governments are putting a new wave of sanctions in place due to this illegal annexation. The Biden administration has already begun targeting Russian government and military officials, their family members, and any international supplier who supports Russia with things like asset freezes and visa restrictions. They've also vowed not to recognize the regions as part of Russian territory. And Finland is closing its borders to Russian tourists starting tonight at midnight. Here's what President Biden had to say on the matter.
The United States will never recognize Russia's claims on Ukraine's sovereign territory. This so-called referendum was a sham, an absolute sham. The results were manufactured in Moscow.
It is a land grab, it's a steal, and it is another craven, brazen tactic by Vladimir Putin to test the West's support for Ukraine.
And of course, Putin had lots to say in response to those sanctions. He said Western countries have no moral right to condemn the annexation, that the American-led world order is fundamentally evil, corrupt, deceitful, hypocritical, and set on Russia's destruction. Putin also hinted that the role of nuclear weapons in war is still on his mind. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Courtney Friel, KTLA 5 News.